Welcome back. Well, you'll remember over the summer when thousands of Cubans took to the streets in historic anti-government protests, demanding one simple thing: freedom. Well, now 40 far-left House Democrats, including so-called squad members, have voted against a resolution supporting democracy for the Cuban people. Here now is Republican Mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for being here. I just want to read one part of the text of this resolution. It says this as follows: expresses strong solidarity with the Cuban people who took to the streets throughout the country on July 11, 2021, and with those who plan to peacefully demonstrate on November 15, 2021, to once again express their desire to live in a free country with self-determination. So we saw the crackdown last time. They're about to protest again in November. All they want is freedom. And yet 40 elected members of the U.S. government vote against this resolution. Why?
I have no idea. I mean, it's unconscionable to vote against that resolution. And I think many of them are either pronounced socialists or somehow believe in the socialist communist ideology. And communism, the only equality that communism has ever brought to the history of humanity is equal suffering, equal misery. And you see that in the Cuban people and the images from the July 11th protest, where all they're doing is risking their lives to have what we have here in this country, to have freedom, to have democracy, to have, like you said, the right to self-determination, to have hope for a better tomorrow. And to think that there are people in Congress that can't understand that don't agree with that, that don't want to support that is unconscionable, and it's anti-American, frankly.
Those 40 members, would there be a rejection of wanting to get involved in foreign affairs? It's hard to wrap my mind around it other than what you said, if they believe in the ideology of the communist Cuban regime.
You know, there's no good explanation, and I'm not even going to try to explain it. I think it's sad that the United States has left the Cuban people, essentially abandoned them. I've spoken to the administration about this, about my feelings about it, and about how, historically the United States has been a beacon for freedom, not just in this hemisphere, but across the world. And, we have to think deeply about who we are and who we're going to be and what is our identity. And we're going to, have people suffering 90 miles away who simply want what we have here in this country. It's very sad, and it's, I think, a failure of American leadership. Very
well said. Well, Mr. Mayor, congratulations on your re-election on Election Day 2021. And you made a pledge as well that you're going to take your entire salary in Bitcoin. I'm a huge fan. I love that idea. How does that work? Does the city of Miami have Bitcoin and they will pay you in that? Talk to me about it.
We use a third-party vendor that converts the fiat, the dollar part equivalency of my salary, and gives me directly a Bitcoin. We actually had our chief innovation officer test it out a couple of weeks ago. And, it's another way for us to be what I call the Bitcoin capital of the world. And when you see places like China banning Bitcoin and banning Bitcoin mining, you know that the United States has a great opportunity to be more innovative and to support a store of value that's not manipulated, that's not subject to these ridiculous overspendings by government or manipulations of currency that we see throughout the world, which creates dramatic inflation like we're seeing right now at the pump. So the beauty of Bitcoin is you put it in an asset that can grow and be a hedge against inflation so that your currencies don't lose money when they're in their bank account.
And you can't print more Bitcoin if you want to.
You can't.
It's fixed.
That's right.
Well, Mayor Francis Suarez, good luck. Bitcoin capital of the world. I love it. And congratulations again.
You got it.